Okay, everyone. So welcome again to another exploration of the Godot engine. And last time we were able to work on a collision detection feature by adding this handle collision function from where we are using this getSlide collision count, or technically a method, built-in method in the Godot language, for us to be able to iterate through collisions during the current physics frame. And we also have here, let's see, we just printed out the enemy name while we were working on the feature in our application here, where we're printing out the enemy once we get to hit the enemy, and the player will be hitting one another. So for today, I just want to work on creating a game over. So let's have an end region here, and we just be creating a game over scene. So I've been doing a little bit of exploration about this, and let's just try this out first. So I'll just go to my scenes folder. I'm going to create a new scene. I'm just going to call this game over. And I'm just going to call it node. So you would see this is a root node valid, scene name is valid, and we're creating a game over scene. Let's see, where did that go? Did I create it? That didn't seem to work. Why did that not create a node? And we're just going to say game over. Geometry spaces. I think I clicked the wrong. So we now have the game over scene, and in here we would want to create some uh, VBox container, and let's also have another child node for that, and we'll have a label. And this is just going to be a very simple, excuse me, simple 2D. So you will see we now have that VBox container, and we can say that layout, or I think we can just move it to the center. And in the label, we can just say game over. You you died. So let's just the VBox container. We can adjust that to the center of our screen. I'm still trying to figure out how to. I think we can move it like that way. And let's go to the label. Let's center it. I think there's this layout. Where's that center transform? No, I found that earlier when I was not okay here. Center and center. Okay. Now we have that. We will need to write some script. So we have the VBox container as a parent container. Then we have the label here. And if we go back to here, we do have our game over. Let's go to the script here. Now, the next thing that we would want to do is to go to our player script. Let's go back here. So we want to trigger a game over. So after we get to collide, let's go here. We have our collision with the enemy. We would say that we want to trigger the game over scene. So in here now, let's go down here. And this is just an exploration, by the way. So let's just game over snake case. So print on the console. Game over, you died. And then let's have a variable that we will define as, let's say, this is the main scene. Let's just call it main, the one that we have here as a main, right? So let's go back here. And the main will now be, we want to use the get3 built-in method. And let's say current scene. Then we want to iterate for child in main dot get children method if child dot name is not equals to, let's say, player. Then we would want to have a child dot queue free. Okay, so we have a queue free here. And we want to also have a variable that we will be declaring. Let's move here. Variable game over scene. And we assign the preload method. And inside of that, we want to have a reference to the path to our game over scene. So we do have that game over ESCN that we just created. Then we want to instantiate that. Instantiate method. And we'll be using a get built-in method. As you can see, it's popping up or popping out. And let's have the root that add child game over scene, which is basically this variable that we have created here. And then we can just go and also trigger a pause for the scene, right? We don't want any objects moving. Set this to true. And we can also remove the player if we wanted to. But let's first start this out. And now, what are we going to see? If we play, and if we go to our scene here, jump and move to our enemy, we now have, let's see here, output collided with enemy, but there's an error. Let's see, what did I do wrong here? Player, we have the label, we have to get the, I think we have to have a free here, save that. And I think we haven't yet triggered the game over yet. It's another thing that I also forgot last time. Now let's try to play this one more time. And play. And I think it's a lot. I think I should move one of the enemies closer. Just to reduce the... Okay, game over, you died. And now we have a game over scene. So we can just adjust the label, but it does work. And it does see in our game over, you died in our console. So that did work. And we can just adjust the label. Let's go back to our 2D here. We can adjust this, the container, to the center. I'm just not sure yet on how to center the layout, but we can try to figure that out along the way. But so far, we were able to add the what's this clip content used for. So I'm still exploring what are all of these features, but at least we're able to progress. What would happen if we increase this? Okay, so it's just increasing the size of our VBox container. In our label, we can say, can we just say justify? No, that doesn't say auto wrap. No, what does this do? So I'm still exploring this, so perhaps just to save some time. But so far, we were able to accomplish our goal of having a game over scene. So we now have a game over scene, and I just want to test this out again. And I adjusted one of the enemies here, and let's try to play it. Now, if I go here, I died. We now have game over scene. Perhaps we could have some sorts of some buttons here. Perhaps we can do that in a next video. So thank you, and see you on our next exploration into the Godot engine.